This is the Conversation Havers podcast with your hosts, Collin Hayes and Trey Cromartie.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Conversation Havers podcast, episode number 30. My name is Collin.
And my name is Trey.
And today...
my name is Cameron.
Yeah, we've got Cameron with us today. He's my cousin, but he's also a game developer and just leads generally pretty dope life in a lot of ways. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff to do with game developing. So, yeah, we were talking about pixel art or something beforehand.
Yeah. You said there was some apps.
Oh, yeah, so y'all could take your choice of whichever one that y'all prefer. I use Pixel Studio. It has a free version.
Okay.
I mean, that's the one I use on my phone, at least. What do y'all use on iPhones? I make my games out of pixel art. It has nothing to do with... To be honest, it's really just more of personal preference in terms of... it has nothing to do with what's easier and what's not easier, because believe me, building 3D environments in popular game engines is very easy.
Really? I imagined, like, in my head... I'm sorry to cut you off, but, like, in my head, I imagine all video game development as, like, intensely difficult. Like, that's the perception I've gotten.
There's a lot of different parts to it, as well as there being a lot of different, like, it depends on what you're making. It depends on what, it depends on so much.
Well,
no, it's not, to boil it down, it's not hard. Depending on what you're doing. If you want to create something super basic, and like there are tools out there to make things easier. You don't have to know how to code. You don't have to be an artist.
Yeah, no.
They have web resources full of art for free to use.
Mm-hmm. That's
cool. We had a friend of ours the other day that was telling us about just like how hard it must be to make games, just because like he's taking a coding class right now and he's like, I'm barely comprehending anything that's happening. Like,
well, like it's like every game I look at, it's like if you choose a Spider-Man on the PS4, it's like to me, like all the animations that you have to do and like the way, like I don't even know how to begin to describe the programming that would take.
So
you know?
There's I'll get into it a little bit. If you want to use Spider-Man, I'll use Skyrim as an example. It's a pretty good example.
Yeah. Because those are pretty like bare bones games. They don't do a lot of things to like hide how.
There's not a lot of no. It's pretty transparent.
It's funny.
It comes down to create a 3D model, texture your 3D model. The 3D model is what you create animations for. Mm-hmm. All of that has nothing to do with coding.
Oh, okay.
The coding comes into play when you're trying to like actually get it to do something. So to get them to start doing the animation, that is when like you would have to have you'd have to have a line of code that said, when this button is pressed, do this.
Okay. So it's just execute.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the character will walk forward and start doing the animation that you already created before.
Yeah.
So once you understand the core of it, like just like that, it becomes really easy. Well, it becomes as easy as you want it to be. Depends on how much control you want over it. Depends on how much of, I guess, your touch you want to be in the game.
Yeah.
Like mine's come from, I'm building a game from ground up. But I'm doing it in a style that it's not difficult to create. I'm doing it in a style that is familiar to me already.
What's the genre?
It's y'all know about games such as like Dead Cells and
that sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, I can't say I've heard of Dead Cells.
I'm trying to think. Moonlighter, Sparklight. These are pixel 2D games. Mm-hmm. So, y'all played the old Pokemon games?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Okay, that's an easier one to start with. What's going on here? That's not right. So you know how you are a pixel model moving around in an open 2D world?
Yeah.
Okay, now, have you played Hollow Knight?
I've seen a lot of gameplay of it.
Right, it's 2D, like side-scroller,
Yeah, yeah.
somewhat platforming. What I'm making is a pixel art game that blends the two. You have an open world that you can do all kinds of whatever you want to do in with along the Pokemon side, but then you
Mhm.
also have dungeons that flip it to
Oh, okay.
a side scroller type. You have boss fights that will seamlessly transition from the 2D lands, like the open world landscape, to the side scroll. It's a blend of the two,
Okay.
where it's the key is making a seamless transition between the two styles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that's really dope.
I've actually I've written down a couple different game ideas. I have one for a fighting game, but the one that I feel is like the most feasible to like the one that I would try to do first is um so I really like puzzle games like or I guess Pac-Man's not a puzzle game, but it's like
Strategy in some ways.
yeah, but it's just super basic and it's very simple.
Pac-Man it's very easy. You could recreate Pac-Man in a week if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
But like at the same time, um, that reached so many people, and it's because the concept is so simple. You know what I mean? But it's
Right.
like there's also a ton of ways. Like still, they're still making little puzzle games where they find a different way to, and people play it for hours and hours and hours. It reaches such a huge audience.
Yeah.
Whereas like there are games that they're not accessible to everybody. You know what I mean? And I
Right,
mean
you get
that's
into
fine. Not every
it's
game
the
needs to be accessible, but
yeah,
it's like
it's the difference between playing Pac-Man and Super Mario and playing Dark Souls. And the
yeah,
comparison to Dark Souls always seems like it kind of sucks, but it's there for a reason. It's to the Dark Souls like genre that everybody hates to put that label, I guess, on. It signifies there's difficulty in this game, as
yeah.
opposed to this game's gonna hold your hand.
Well, I mean, shit. The Super Mario games, like every single one of those, kicked my ass. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they're regarded as such classics, but it's like I don't think I ever beat a level without. Or I mean, there's some levels that I can just run through, obviously, but it's like
I don't think I ever beat a full Super Mario game until I was like 15 or 16.
yeah, me neither.
I still have never beaten one.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've come really, really close to beating Super Mario World, which I'm actually replaying on the Game Boy Advance right now. And fuck, that is probably the best Mario game in my opinion.
Yeah.
I unless you count like Smash Bros, I got nothing.
I mean, I don't count that. That's
I beat the new Super Mario Bros. For DS. That because it was literally called New Super Mario Bros.
yeah.
I beat that one, but I beat it on my little brother's DS on a car ride. Well, I beat like the second half of it on my little brother's DS on a car ride while I was bored. Like.
Yeah.
But I just got like super enveloped into it, and I was like, I never have beaten a Mario game before, so
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna fucking do this.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Mega Man recently. I really like that. Whatchamacallit? But like, so I've had a couple different ideas. One of them was like you're a bunch of ice cream characters in a because I draw a lot of ice cream characters, and you're in like how whenever you go to a gas station and they've got those like glass things where you pull the glass to the side and then there's a whole bunch of them in there.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
like that, but you're in there and the electricity has gone out and you have to like reconnect the wires and like let the like find the right circuit of wires to let the electricity come through. If that makes any
So
sense.
you play as like,
Yeah, I
drumstick.
get what you mean. You're
You're the ice cream character like trying to fix the wires and shit. And so, I mean, and it would just kind of be like, it's like once you beat that stage, the screen just kind of moves on to the next one, and then it's like immediately you just got to get back to work. And obviously, I haven't gone super deep into it to think about like all the little details about little modifiers that you could put on the wires that do different effects and shit. So that's one idea.
one of the, and I think it's a great idea. One of the cool things about where video game development is in 2019 is that you can take an idea like that, something super simple, and
Mhm.
create it in whatever way you want to create it.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Like make whatever you want to make, and you could release this on the App Store and end up making $500,000.
I was
Just
thinking,
like the Flappy Bird guy. Like, he thought that man thought
Yeah.
he was not expecting.
yeah, I watched a video on him the other day describing there's not a lot of info on him because he hasn't really talked a lot, but it's like you still get a very clear look into like why he did what he did as far as like taking the game down and everything. Like he just really values his privacy and all of that.
Yeah,
And he made a fuckload of money. So
Was it the one, like I saw it in an article, it was like Flappy Bird, the game that ruined its creator's life, and it had a whole thing attached to it.
I feel like that's a little bit of sensationalistic.
Well, yeah, it's a headline.
But yeah, that guy. But no, what I was gonna say was there's that. I was thinking either pixel art, just because I've always loved pixel art my whole life, and I used to make a bunch on Microsoft Paint, but that's how I made the original Conversation Havers logo. But either that or I was thinking like stop motion. I feel like that would be cool too. But who knows?
Yeah, well,
just an idea.
That's and the editors that they have, the engines that they have out today, you can honestly draw whatever you want and paste it in. They have successful games out right now for the Switch that is stick figures on paper. I mean, the indie game market is humongous. The app market is humongous, and it's the ease of access to game development is not everybody knows about it. Everybody looks at it like it's some scary big thing that's intimidating.
That's definitely how I've looked at it. Like it's the same thing with like I've always been very interested in being a voice actor as well, but it's just like I don't know where to go to.
That's a little different.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a reason why you hear the same voice actors in every clip.
Yeah, there's just they have so much variety and everything. It's like just keep them.
It's also crazy how many like indie games are just kind of like just smaller, simpler ones that have just blown up. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, oh gosh, what was it on Kickstarter? I mean, it's kind of a dumb example, but like Undertale, was like started on Kickstarter and all that
by
shit.
Toby Fox,
yeah. And now it's like just ballooned to the point where like Sans is on Smash Bros and all
and
that shit. Like
Freddy Fazbear, the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I mean, better for worse.
No Man's Sky.
I don't know. Didn't No Man's Sky fail horribly?
But they've actually
no, it did not.
It did.
Yeah, No Man's Sky had a bad launch. Everything else about it was great.
Really?
Yeah, it's apparently way better now.
Okay, because I really wanted to check. Yeah, I really wanted to check it out when it was like first being announced and all of that, and then. Yeah, and then it launched, and everyone was like, "This is the worst." And I was like, "All right, you know." Yeah. I mean,
Hello Games did a lot of work, taking that game from like the piece of crap that it was to like the overtime development of it is it's ridiculous. The multiplayer that they quote unquote lied about, it ended up being implemented into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's one thing I really, really fucking hate about the whole video game news sphere is like how many just like entitled like people that just sit there and fucking send death threats and bomb threats. It's like, what is your
over the new Pokemon thing?
Yeah, it's like you're insane, man. Like there are so many people who are working on this. It's like, and you're trying to treat them that they're like evil. It's like, dude, just because you didn't get to play with your fucking toy, like. There's a million other games. Go play something else.
Yeah. Hey, what's your take on like the whole like Pokemon Sword and Shield? Like, there are some people that are really pissed off about the whole thing.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
For starters, to create an entirely new game because it's supposed to be a new start to the franchise and a new start. Well, the first Pokemon game that came out, how many Pokemon were in that game?
I mean,
151, right?
Oh yeah, 151.
I don't know the answer to that question, but the point is, it was around 100. Mm-hmm. They implemented over 400 in this game. Every other game that you played with Pokemon, it's not like you encountered 400 different types of Pokemon in the wild. You could transfer, but they were not all in the wild. So that part of it, I think people needed to chill.
Yeah.
The only thing that people lied about the models being reused.
That's what I've heard about.
Do you know how? Yeah. Do you know how easy it is for me to go into Blender and make it look like they're using the same models? Like it's something literally anyone can do.
Yeah.
That post that was made on Reddit or whatever was made up.
Okay.
They did a lot of experimental things with the game, and people didn't like it at first. People didn't like the announcement of it, but the gameplay of it has not received any complaints so far.
Yeah, which is the most important aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the day one sales of the game beat both day one and day two sales of Let's Go.
Yeah, it always does. Pokemon is like...
I'm saying it, but to beat day one and day two of Let's Go, that's pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I've wanted to get it. I honestly need to get my own Switch, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is there's so many games on the Switch that it's like I will play you one day, but I'm gonna be late like everything else. Like I've been late to everything. Like PS3, I got a couple years late. PS4, I got pretty damn late. Yeah. All that.
Yeah, I didn't even I got my Xbox One the Christmas after it was announced. I don't think I actually played my Xbox One at least more than my 360 and all that.
Yeah.
Until 2017.
Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Good lord.
Well, I just had a lot of games that I really liked on my 360, and I was used to it, so I was like, the one is new and it's exciting and whatever, but it doesn't have Skate 2.
Yeah.
You know,
Listen, the value of Skate 2 alone is...
Yeah, no, dude. Activision officially, I forget, they just kind of,
they abandoned the Skate trademark.
It's like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Because everyone usually goes on and says, how Skate 3 is their favorite. Skate 2 is my favorite. Easily.
No, Skate 3 was amazing. Skate 3 was absolutely the best one.
Yeah. And
you could create your own park.
I'm not even disagreeing with that. I'm just saying
it was his favorite.
For me, Skate 2 was just my shit, man. I beat that game entirely to completion, down to buying every single article of clothing.
I did that with Skate 3. Actually, I lied. I did that with every Skate game.
Yeah, there's a couple games like that where you just gotta I don't even know. A lot of Ubisoft games are like that. Well, I don't even like those anymore, but
Ubisoft games.
Yeah, but there was a time where it's man, I just love having all this stuff on my map, and I just slowly the Arkham games. That's how it is. I've 100%ed every Arkham game 4 times each, and I plan to play them again at some point.
Yeah, I just went through Saints Row 3 again.
Damn, I was thinking about that the other day. Just
because they were yeah, screw it, get it for free on your Xbox One. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, no, they gave me Forza Horizon 2 for free on my Xbox. I was like, hell yeah, because that's the one I really, really wanted to play for a couple years, and then I was like, cool. And I got my Xbox for free, so that shit was cool. But, whatchamacallit? So, how many different projects have you worked on?
Ooh, 2.
Okay.
And it is, I very specifically, you don't want to work on a lot of projects, especially if you're one person. You will never ever finish it.
Yeah.
I'm working on one right now. I started on the donut game, and I just realized I didn't feel like I needed to make a practice game, so to speak.
Yeah.
I should just pour all of my effort into the games that I want to be making and go from there. If it sucks, I'll start from scratch. At least I already know what I'm... That's one of the things is that starting a game over is not a bad thing. It's not awful. Yeah. All it does is...
It allows...
You still have all of your ideas. You still have everything that you've ever made is in your head. You have all of your art assets. You have everything. Starting a game over is not. It's much easier than creating something new.
It allows you to build like a better foundation for an overall better game. Because like the second go around, you're gonna like deliberate your choices and stuff.
And you already know what doesn't work.
Yes. So yeah, definitely I agree. But I've had another idea for a game, and it would be a fighting game where, and I mean, this is just an idea. I don't know how well this would actually work, but it's like, it would be set in like a high school, and this is one that I would figure would be like hand-drawn, like frames. And so every character has like, there's like one basic move that you can do, but then before each match, each character has like, let's say 15 points, and you can like put, so like you can say out of 15, you get 5 hammer fists, 5 kicks, and 5
So you have a limited
fireballs.
number of uses on attacks.
Yes, but you do have like that one basic attack that has a couple variations that like even when you run out you can still defend yourself. But I figured that would be a cool little thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get what you're
and
saying.
it wouldn't be
I
very
do think
balanced.
I do think it's something that would work. Have you ever? So here's one thing: when people come up with a lot of different game ideas, and spread themselves thin, sometimes they fail to come up with the ideas to put some of them together.
Mhm.
That's kind of how I ended up with the idea for what I'm doing right
Yeah.
now. I put together. I wanted to make a side scroller. I wanted to make a 2D open world, and I just decided to do them both. Crap. Sorry. My
Yeah, no,
child
it's okay.
is crying in the background. So what some of the things that create the more unique gaming experiences is when you look at what ideas you have and you create something with the two of them as opposed to create them individually.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know how to put together an ice cream machine electrician puzzle and a fighting game.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
it's
I
just
figured it would...
something to consider.
Yeah.
I wish I don't really, when I'm coming up with stuff, I don't usually come up with like games and stuff. Like I love world building and I love just like coming up with like video or movie ideas. But like I
Not
don't know.
really interactive.
Yeah, I've never really been like, and maybe it's just because I haven't ever sat down and gave it the thought that much, but I've never really come up with any ideas for a game.
Yeah, all my ideas just come from me just like living life and things just happen or like, you know.
So did like an ice cream machine break down and you were like, what are those ice creams doing about it, man?
No, well, like I said, I've been like thinking about
No, you should have gone with Collin's idea. It would make for a much better story.
Yeah, but I've been like kind of working on this little story about ice cream machines and them being psychic and shit like that. But
Well, there you go. That's something that you make you can make your fighting game out of ice cream
okay,
characters.
interesting.
The puzzle mechanic doesn't have to be there. You can do like if you release your game, then you can make a little app that's the puzzle game too, and people recognize the
okay.
characters.
Yeah.
For example, every single game that I make is in the same universe. It's all under the same IP. Every idea that I have multiple games written out that I'm not working on, but
Yeah.
like that idea-wise, everything is in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not always a great idea to do, but also sometimes just knowing that like familiarity is good, and the more you build on one idea, the better that one idea gets.
Yeah.
It's small things like that. Okay, now I'm gonna pull up. Did y'all look into any of those apps?
Oh, not yet.
Yeah,
Do y'all have iPhones or Androids?
iPhones.
Okay, I have no idea what is available for iPhones, but it's still worth checking. Look for Pixel Studio.
So it would be your game that you're working on would kind of be like a Metroidvania, but like
Yeah.
kind of
So
Pokemon.
put it more. I put it closer to like
Metroidvania Pokemon.
sure, yeah. It's more like Moonlighter in Smash Bros. That's
Okay.
more of what my thought of it is. Or Moonlighter in Hollow Knight, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sparklight is a popular one right now that's like Moonlighter. I think I mentioned that earlier. I'm in the very early phases of what I'm doing.
Okay.
So
How long have you been working on it?
I've been working on it for a good amount of time. The difference is that what I mean by I'm very early is I'm very early on focusing on my switch to saying I'm just going to focus on this one project. Reinvent it as many times as I need to. That started more recently.
Okay.
I already have all of the story content. I have every quest, every environment detail, every weapon, game. Everything's already written out. I've been working on the art more recently. And I'm waiting on the release of a new version of the game engine that I'm using, which is Phaser.io.
Okay.
It's a JavaScript-based engine, which usually you don't really want to use. But because I'm a web developer as well. JavaScript is like if somebody was raised in a bilingual household. That's what that is to me. That's what I guess what Spanish would be. So it just made creating what I wanted easy.
Okay.
And they're coming in. There's going to be a new update on that to start implementing TypeScript. TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript that lets you build bigger applications with it, and so that's very exciting. That's what I'm waiting on to release, to begin implementing the art, implementing the mechanics, and all that stuff into the engine. And there's no such thing as too much preparation, so it's not like I'm sitting here wasting my time.
Yeah. So is the setting of your game kind of medieval fantasy, or what is it?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what's... I mean, you don't have to tell us everything, but, like, what's the game about?
It's the birth of the universe in which all of my games will take place in.
Okay.
There are a few key characters that already exist, and your existence doesn't go over well with some of them, and so you're just fighting to survive. And it goes forward from there. I think it will be interesting. It'll be fun to play. It's a big focus on storytelling, big focus on making sure it's fun to play. That's kind of the number one thing for me. That's why I put so much focus on the seamless transition of side scroll to open world.
Yeah.
I want all of the games that I make to be fun to play above anything else.
I think that's what any game developer should be focused on.
It's not.
Really?
No, it's not. It would be nice if it was, but most of the time it's about making your consumer base happy.
Okay.
And making money off of your consumer base.
Oh yeah, definitely.
EA.
Well, that's any of them. That's the goal of any company.
That's borderline politics.
Yeah.
But you get into stuff like Blizzard and Hong Kong, and it goes way down the drain.
Oh yeah, that's a rabbit hole right there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, what do you think about all that? I just imagine one guy kind of like, oh, we can't have him, like, we're going to get, just some guy made that decision, and then it just blows the fuck up in his face, and it's just like, the whole building's on fire.
I don't even know, man.
Blizzard, when they merged with Activision, became a different company entirely.
Oh,
That's why all of the original Blizzard execs that everybody knows and loves left.
Yeah.
That's why all of them left. They said, look, we don't want anything to do with this company anymore. It's not what we built. And so as soon as they saw an endangerment to the Chinese market, which the mobile game market in China is gigantic. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you have things like in Diablo 3, there's cosmetic items that you can unlock here that you have to pay for in China. And they pay for it happily. So they just weren't willing to alienate. And they saw what had happened with the NBA.
Yeah.
And they were scared that it was going to happen to them. And it was the wrong move.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think that things could have just gone on as normal if they would have just done nothing,
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, but then
It's hard to
you
say.
have
China
like
does
I
have
said,
1.8 billion people.
the NBA scared everybody because one person said something. He had almost nothing to do with the teams that were in China, and China completely dismantled every single love for the NBA that the entire country had over the course of a few days. I mean, the hotel that was outside, the hotel that the NBA players were staying at, the building across from them had like this 26-story high promotion poster for the game. It had Kyrie Irving on it, LeBron James, all of them were on it, and they just had one guy taking it down. He spent like 8 to 10 hours, just one dude slowly ripping it down off of the building right in front of all the players, because all the players have windows just watching.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it scared the crap out of a lot of people.
Which I was actually unaware of this situation. Which player? What did they just say something about the Hong Kong situation?
It was the Houston Rockets general manager, Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
Damn.
He tweeted out one picture. It said, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong."
Mm-hmm.
That's the entire situation. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
That's China for you.
we have a rule in the show where we don't talk politics, but fuck China is not
Yeah.
politics. Fuck China is universal.
Yeah, they account for over half of every single pollution and destroying the planet.
Yeah.
Everybody's all like, "Oh my God, use your paper straws." It's like, how about you go tell China that? 'Cause,
Yeah.
dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, the diesel trucks in our country do nothing compared to that.
Yeah.
Well, it's China and India. I mean,
Yeah.
India's bad, but China's horrible.
Okay. So
I'm pretty sure you could nuke China and it would have less of an environmental impact than what they are currently doing.
Yeah.
Back on topic.
Yeah.
yeah,
we
we.
downloaded it.
Let me make sure it's the correct one.
I don't care
Obviously.
what pixel. You can pick whatever pixel.
Okay. Okay, yeah. We got a pixel art out.
Okay, so Collin, you were having some, I guess, mental blocks creatively. So we're gonna go with an ice cream cone. Go
Alright.
create a sprite sheet or create a sheet.
Create new.
Yeah, create new and do 64 by 64.
All right.
I'm already liking this app a lot. All right, transparent.
Transparent.
Okay.
You can pick whatever color palette you want. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. But over the time spent in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna start a clock, make an ice cream cone, and then in the 5 minutes after that, you're gonna animate that random.
Okay.
Just to show you that it's not very difficult. Granted, there's a huge gap between people who are amazing and people who suck at this. But
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's doable. All right. So just let me know when you guys are ready.
Okay.
Damn, this is gonna be an interesting podcast.
Yeah, we'll keep some stuff going.
Oh yeah,
we'll
no,
keep
you have to keep
light
talking.
banter going
That would
throughout.
get real awkward.
Yeah. So, what kind of games have influenced you the most?
Unfortunately, Bethesda games.
Oh man, but I totally understand.
Yeah, I used to love that company. I guess that's what
They're
half the world
fucked up
feels-
now.
That's what half the world thinks about Blizzard now. I guess I was never into Blizzard games. I love Bethesda games. They're they're
Fallout
just-
76.
I don't even care about Fallout 76. I was never. It's the app they came up with. It really got me.
Well, yeah, the last couple moves they've made have kind of been mind-boggling.
Yeah,
it's
Elder
it's-
Scrolls, Blades.
It's hard to imagine that someone would propose that option and then they're like, yeah, that's what we should do. Like, our fans are angry at us. Like,
Mhm.
that's what we should do. It's pretty interesting to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I wanted to create something. You know, when I was younger, I always wanted to write a book,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I that desire to create something carried over, and now I want to make a video game. I'm still telling a story. I'm still, the difference is, to me, video games are interactive books.
Yeah.
I'd say more like interactive movies. But it's a mix, because in a book it's, tens and tens of hours, and then in a movie it's just a few hours. But in a book you create everything in your head. In a movie, it's already put in front of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say that video games are probably, like, for a while I would think that film is the ultimate art form, and by ultimate I just mean having to deal with every other piece of art in your piece of art, but it's like video games is one step over movies, because it has everything a movie has. It has the visuals, the story, the all that, plus it's interactive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess there's a...
I agree. Sorry, I messed that up super bad. That just looks like a penis.
Yeah, I've been taking too long.
Yeah, I'm still like trying to figure out how to like get everything working, man. Like,
what are you getting caught up on?
like just like I'm not able. This is gonna sound ridiculous. I'm not able to like get a single pixel going. It has all these brushes, and I'm not trying to do all these.
Just
brushes.
go to the pencil.
Yeah, you just always do the pencil.
This is definitely going to be...
Okay, no, yeah, that actually did.
This is going to be one of the most interesting episodes, I feel.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's, and we'll definitely put these, like, our results up on the screen on the YouTube version, and for the,
Absolutely, yeah.
For the audio versions, they'll just have to, listen.
So what are y'all thinking in terms of animating in an ice cream cone? What would you... What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think, I'm going to animate this ice cream cone?
I was thinking of him just hopping upside down. Or not hopping upside down, just hopping up and down. And having like a little bit of, like on his cone, have it kind of like, whenever he like jumps down, have it kind of curl a little bit, kind of like his knees are curling, and then have it straighten out as he goes into the air, go back down, and then have that repeat.
Okay.
In just a couple of frames.
Yeah, I gotcha. So you're thinking something along the lines of having to recreate your image completely multiple times over.
I guess so. I didn't really think about what would be required like that.
Yeah, so that's one of the things, I guess, that I was going for with this, was to show you what types of animation are very easy to do. Like, I can make my guy swing an arm, and it'll take me a second.
Yeah.
And what kind of animation is not easy to do?
Yeah. I would imagine the squash and stretch and all that.
Yeah, so, because in that case, you're actively deleting parts of your creation to move things.
Yeah.
Let's see. What flavors are y'all doing?
I kind of think mine's like a pistachio.
Yeah, mine's like a more of a cherry, maybe. It's like a deep red, so I'd probably strawberry. I mean, I don't know. I just like the color. Tiger's blood. That's a snow cone, but it can be an ice cream for this purpose. I mean, maybe is there tiger's blood ice cream?
No, that's definitely not a thing.
Okay.
No, tiger's blood, or not ice cream.
Yeah, snow cones. But...
Snow cones, yeah. I do not think that is an ice cream. So, when you guys are playing a game, I heard one of you say something about this earlier. You said the thought of what goes into creating this game and how like difficult it would be.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Like, how difficult do you think?
Well, I mean, I guess first of all, I don't know all the intricacies, so it's like that in itself, I don't even know how deep it goes. But the other thing is, it's like just to imagine, I've seen little videos and it's like hundreds of people working on this game, and like I just learned today that apparently coding has nothing to do with the animations. Like I didn't know that. So, just I guess imagine, and you hear about crunch all the time about in the game industry.
God,
Yeah.
So
that in itself, just kind of is intimidating in that way. But like I imagine myself, if I was to ever work on video games, like I'm much better with like conceptualizing things, like the actual mechanics of it. I would definitely have to have someone who has expertise in that. But then again, you're telling me about all these easier ways to do things, so maybe I'm wrong.
So when you get to AAA companies, the likes of which you are alluding to, with like the Spider-Man game and things like that, absolutely, they're ridiculously hard to make. Oh my gosh. What they tend to do is create their own engines, so that they. What did I do wrong here? And then teach their employees how to use and import assets into those engines. A game engine is something that runs your code at the simplest form. Like you create the code, put it in a game engine. While it's in the game engine, you attach the art to it, you run it, and it works. An example of this is the creation engine for Bethesda.
Yeah.
Which they publish a version of it that's public for people to create mods on.
Yeah.
That the creation of that engine is what they put all of their effort into, and then the creation of the assets that you put into the engine. They made that engine to do pretty much everything easily. Whereas you get to what did I do? That's not what I was doing. I keep messing up my ice cream cone real bad.
My ice cream cone's coming along.
You know what, Collin? I didn't ask you.
Oh, nice.
But you were gonna say your game.
Oh, so you well, with most engines, you have to write in every single little detail you want to have for your game. With something like when you create your own game engine, it's just I have this model that I've already created with a texture on it. I put it in the game. I already have a preset animation package that I can make it do. I can start up that animation package. I give it an ID so I know if it's a friend or an enemy. I attach dialogue to it. It becomes really easy when you create your own engine. Creating your own engine is really difficult to do. For everybody else, and this is where it becomes more accessible and easier for everybody, is you have tools like the Unreal Engine where they have visual scripting. You don't have to write any code. You still have to do all of that detail work, but instead of knowing an entirely different language to get it done, you just drag boxes around.
Mm-hmm.
You just remember sets of keywords. All you do is put an if variable in a code string. It's like a little graph. It's a graph. You put an if variable, and then you say if this, then you attach it to that, and so whenever if this happens, then that runs. You attach all of your art and animations in the engine. It's really easy and simple.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where the modern day accessibility comes from.
So you're saying Bethesda games is what influenced you the most to think about doing it yourself, or? Yeah,
when I saw their creation, the engine that they created, I didn't realize if honestly, like the way that things are going forward in the industry, and how the way that everything's becoming much more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can make a game, absolutely. Trying to shade this.
Yeah. I'm doing like the base layer of color on it right now.
So it really gave me a feeling of like I can create my own entire games.
Yeah.
It just made me see that it was really just a mental block that was keeping me.
Yeah, I'm having to deal with all the time just the trials and tribulations of being an artist, and I don't know, there's a million different things that go along with it, you know what I mean? But it's like, and other things, like, I'll get better at some things and I'll focus on them, but then there's like other things in another area that I want to focus on, but it's like, but you gotta, I'm having to teach myself not to beat myself up, you know what I mean? It's like, at least I'm actually trying, and I'm trying to improve. I have things that I'm like doing every day, more like trying to draw off actual images, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it's just, I feel like anyone with artistic ambition, I mean, if you're not already so beat down that you don't even want to try, or you know, because I definitely feel like that sometimes, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like today's day and age, and I'm a total victim of it, and it's like social media addiction and just all of that. It stops me so much, and I'll have moments where I can break free, and it's like I'll be in the zone and creating, and that's awesome, you know. But then it's like the next day I might not like it as much, or I might start doubting myself. So there's, like I said, it's a million different things, but I still have an overall fire in my chest about art. Like, it's all I really care about, besides like family and friends, you know?
Yeah, I don't really do like actual like physical drawing art like that. The reason I've been so quiet is because this is taking every fiber of my non-artsy being to actually put this into place. And I just realized that I made it like 5 times smaller than it actually could have been. But
you don't have to worry about the size.
But yeah, no. So like, I don't know. I don't really get too down on myself about not being able to like draw or whatever, not being super creative when it comes to that specifically. Because like I do channel like whatever artistic things that I want to do into other things, like world building, or even, this is gonna sound kind of
Time.
like time.
Sorry.
Wait.
Time for the ice cream game.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
But like, or even something like Dungeons and Dragons, like, can almost allow you to like channel your creativity into stuff like that. And that's like, I've got an entire world that I've built, that I've made a whole, so far it's 4-page long encyclopedia on.
For me, writing is easily the most easy art to get into. Like because any little thing, like the other day, just for example, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, I don't think I have, but like, I deliver pizzas, and I had some cash, and like I dropped it in the street, and it was a little bit windy, and it was getting pushed, and I was in the middle of the street, and I leaned down to pick it up, and I'm trying to get it before the wind takes it, and I hear like a car coming, and the lights are coming around, and it's like instantly in my head I get like this idea for a scene of a guy trying to pick up his money, and it's like little ideas like that. It's like they seem so, and they are vague because you just thought of them, but it's like that can be developed into something very special, you know. And that you just have to like pay attention and write things down, and then you go back and just try to elaborate on it, figure out the who, what, where, when, why. So that's why, like, and I already know like you have a passion for writing.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
like I feel like
That's always been like my big thing over art, is like over physical drawing or whatever, is I've always been like a pretty good writer, like, and all throughout high school and even like parts in college, like I would just write essays without even trying and get like 99s, 100s and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm not saying that to like flex on everybody, but like it was just something I was always it was something I was always naturally good at. Yeah.
Well, then that's something I think you should focus on.
Oh, yeah.
Because that can. Oh wow, dude, I really really like yours. See, I love like little simple shit like that.
Yeah.
You've got more like a little bit of the shadows on there and shading. Like I didn't even get very far in mine, or it's still pretty like empty.
Yeah.
Yours is a lot more complete.
Mine's
like a
very
doo-doo
simple. Yeah. But yeah. So.
I'm so used to it being on Discord and being pushed to talk. Well, with writing specifically, my music turned off and everything's super quiet. With writing specifically, so that's a lot of what creating a game is writing. Well, depending on what kind of game you're making.
Yeah.
If you have an idea, you write it down, and the biggest thing to remember on that is like, you can have a lot of fun and everything's flooding into your brain. Like, oh, I've got so many ideas. All this is great.
Yeah.
And everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
There will be times when you have nothing and it's discouraging as hell.
Yes.
Just the thing is, like, you gotta understand that.
That's what kills a lot of people's artistic ambitions.
Whenever that happens, just be like, okay, well, I'm not doing that right now. And then when it comes to me, I'll sit down and do it again.
Yeah, take a break.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
No. But yeah, these are things that, like, you know.
Do you want to know where all of my like world building and lore and everything comes from in my games? From when I'm carrying a sleeping baby around the house and typing with one hand on my phone and a notepad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where it all comes from.
That's what I'll do a lot if I ever have ideas for just whatever, literally anything. I put it in my like iPhone notes, or if I'm on my computer, I put it on my Google Drive. So I've just got like tons of just like random ass like notes or drive papers that are just like me talking about some elaborate story.
And let me tell you, you will be like, every single day I find myself, it's like you write those things and they're so far apart time-wise, but then it's like, holy fuck, it's like I wrote that for what I just came up with and I didn't even know it. It's like, it's puzzle pieces that you don't even know, like the puzzle that is there, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what's so wonderful about art. It's like, it's the most, I don't even know, I love it so much.
It's so fun, and like, well, me and you, we've come up with like a lot of, like, we spent, like, what was it, 5 hours the other day brainstorming how to make, in a previous podcast, we had joked around about like a Devil Went Down to Georgia HBO miniseries. And so me and Trey, we spent like 4 or 5 hours just sitting there figuring out how we could pull that off in like just something that we could put on our other channel that like we launched and then never put anything on. So, but like, I mean, I'd say I'm not going to talk about it too much because I don't want to like say everything that we're going to do with it. But I'd say we came up with like a pretty good method about how to go about it and all that.
Yeah. It could be very funny.
Yeah.
People undervalue too the current platforms that are available to get yourself out there for things like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have YouTube, you have like you can create a paper mache Devil Went Down to Georgia story from scratch on YouTube. And for all you know, you could make millions of dollars just on ad revenue.
Yeah. I mean, I know I have a friend from my camp. She's like 20 now. But she makes like $30,000 a year because when she was 10,
$30,000? Good God!
$30,000 a year. $30,000 a year. Because when she was like 10, she made a YouTube channel about American Girl dolls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now like since then it's just slowly built up, and now that's how like she's getting herself through college and stuff like that.
Bro, the kids market, there are so many people who are out there unboxing toys and they don't give a fuck about it, but they're just like, hey, I'm making...
Yeah, and those kids are making more money than some esteemed businessman with 5 degrees, you know? Like, Ryan's toy review, that kid's like 6 or 7. That kid makes millions.
His parents make millions.
His parents make millions. I'm sure some of it's in like some sort of trust account for him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hopefully. We don't know his parents.
We just see him on the streets one day. I was Ryan's Toys Reviews. Spare change.
Hey, so Are you still drawing your ice cream figure, or?
No, I'm doing the animation.
Oh shit! Okay. Let's see. I'm about to have to clean up the cone. I know you said time, but
It's okay. Take what look. Yeah, well, you want to fix it, so to speak, if you really want to fix it.
I just want to make it more
I'm
complete.
gonna give me a break. I got to run to the bathroom. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
That's fine.
Yeah, so we'll definitely. I kind of fuck with my ice cream cone a little bit.
But dude, I
simple.
like yours a lot.
It's simple.
That simple is the best though.
Yeah.
Try like one little pixel at the top left corner of his lip.
Like that.
No, like down. I don't know. Or you could try it on the other side just to see what it looks like. But that just gives him a bit. I kind of like just a big tooth.
Yeah, no, that's.
You could also, what I do a lot is I give him like cheek little lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine might be a little too.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, viewers, you can't tell what we're focusing on.
Yeah, you don't want to compromise the readability of the face over details.
Yeah.
But yeah, pixel art is really fucking cool. You know what? If you're listening to this right now, download the pixel art app, draw a fucking ice cream cone, and we will send it to. I can't talk right now. Send it to us, and we'll feature it.
Hell yeah.
Ice cream cone.
We'll tweet it or put it on our YouTube or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, and we got big moves coming up with some stuff we're putting online.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about, Trey. I mean,
sort of.
I don't want to say it out loud.
Whatever,
stickers.
Stickers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Well, damn, we just said it now.
I mean, they don't know. They don't know shit.
Yeah, y'all are clueless. Sorry, we were just insulting our audience.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? Yeah, but no, I don't know exactly what you were saying before, but like one thing I really agree with is like the platform that people have is just insane. Like we sit here and like we just talk about shit, and it's not like we don't get insane viewers by any means, but like we've got 2,600 total views. But like 10 years ago, it would have been impossible to like get something this small up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Or or at the very least, it would have taken a lot more preparation and I don't know, just resources.
But now it's just like I upload it to Wooshka, and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, we'll distribute it to iTunes and Spotify and all that shit. Like,
yeah. Is there any way I can like cut out one part of it and then kind of just move it, like the whole piece?
Yeah. So you just there should be a wait. All right, hang on. You're just talking about moving a piece.
I think I may have just found it.
Okay,
it's
so
like
I was gonna
a
say,
little.
you can select an area and copy and then move to a new frame.
Yeah, I just figured it out. Cool. All right, so that helps. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish this real quick so we can get to the animating portion because I'm taking too long.
yeah.
Oh, you're pretty far behind.
Yeah, my bad, bro. But I mean, what are some of your other games that, or I guess we could just talk about like our favorite games.
I mean, look, one thing I've always said, I've said it like 3 times on the podcast, Donkey Kong King of Swing, Mario Golf, I mean, just really any Mario game is just a classic.
Yeah.
Mario parties, those are great.
Oh yeah.
Those were great.
Those have caused fist fights.
Yeah, and pretty close calls.
Yeah. Do they not make any Mario parties anymore?
They do. They're just not as good.
Yeah. I think, let's see, the one that I played the most, or that I have played the most, it's probably been 2 years now, was Mario Party 6, I want to say, for the GameCube.
Mario Party 6?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's the
Nintendo
one.
64. Those were the best ones.
I never
Really?
played the N64 Mario Party, which is crazy because I played every other essential Nintendo 64 game. But, I played. I only really played the GameCube one. I just played that one a ton.
I played one for GameCube. I played 6 on GameCube, and then 8, I think, was the first one for Wii. And I played that one a lot, but I never got like a group of people together to get the true experience.
With 8?
With, Mario Party 8.
Yeah, which is what we did for the GameCube one a couple times, and that shit
yeah.
is always really, really fun.
It is riotous every single time. And then...
I gotta say, I don't think I ever did 8 people either.
Yeah, it
sounds real interesting.
we got
it's
6 people going. We did 6 people, and then we did a team of CPUs, and we made it Peach and Daisy. And they just always get crushed.
But they were also some bitches.
Yeah.
They just would hoe everyone.
But we did all sorts of stuff with that. Of course, one thing we talked about in the last one, another game we played a lot, the N64 Super Smash Bros.
Oh my gosh, that was easily my favorite. But then again, I haven't really played the newest one.
You haven't played Ultimate?
I've played it a little bit.
I will say that the new one is the best one.
I would
I'm not
imagine so.
I usually like the old stuff, but the new one is definitely the best one.
I'm just most comfortable with the N64. Like, you know, if I was going to actually try to do a competitive thing, it would be on that. But, well, not even on a competitive level, just competitive with friends.
Jax just brought me a bag of frozen meatless beef.
That can go on the
Okay,
list. of
just
things
wanted
I
to make
wasn't
sure you knew about
expecting.
that. Okay, sorry. The ultimate beefless ground is currently in my hands.
Interesting.
Thank you, Jax, for bringing me this. I appreciate it. It smells nice.
So, this is really going to help me in life.
This gift. I've never received anything better.
I mean, y'all can make fun of it, but
No, we're
there's
not.
nothing wrong with going not completely vegetarian. I'm not crazy.
There ain't nothing wrong with just a little bit of beef.
I could never go fully vegetarian just because I enjoy making fun of vegans too much.
Interesting. Can y'all hear my child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 16 months old. He's about to be 16 months. You're right, he did. Sorry, he's 15 months old. I'm getting ahead of myself with that.
Alright, let's see. I swear to God, I am almost done.
Yeah, Trey's still grinding away on this
I'm
ice
just-
cream man.
Oh well. Wrong.
Yeah, I do. I mean, in all honesty, what was supposed to be, for me, half vanilla, half chocolate ice cream cone swinging a fist, just looks like now it's got a tongue popping out of it trying to lick something.
What's that show where, is it Ed, Edd and Eddie, where some of them just can pop their tongue out and just surf on it down the streets? That sounds like
Ed,
something
and Eddie,
that's
they
Ed,
have
Edd
the
and Eddie.
big purple tongues,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I don't know. That's just what I was imagining.
Oh my god, yeah, I just sped up the animation to 30 frames, and this is disturbing. I had no idea that this is what I was making. Well, I feel weird now.
Does it look like he's jerking off or something?
No, it's like it looks like somebody's licking the ice cream cone. The chocolate portion of it is licking its lips.
That's
What in the world was I thinking?
Okay, I am big ready. The picture is very large,
yeah, mine's pretty small.
but it'll work. I think it'll work.
All right, what's the next step here?
Animated. Do whatever you want.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So I was gonna do the little jump. So. Wait. What? Where's the animation portrait?
Yeah,
portion?
you press this little button down
Oh,
here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And we will put these on the YouTube version, so if you're listening on YouTube, you're not just completely lost.
I legitimately don't know what to do with this ground beef that's sitting on my lap.
I mean,
Cherish
maybe
it.
in the fridge.
Cherish it.
Cherish it, yeah.
All right. Oh well. Absolutely. I'm gonna start eating it, even though it's not cooked.
It is a gift from your son.
Yeah. My sweet vegetarian child. He's not. I'm lying. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Or people who do like vegetarian cats.
Yeah,
You ever heard of that?
That one messed with.
Like they're just cats that just are being completely deprived of like any sort of meat, and because their owners are like, cats can be vegan too, and you just see like these horribly deprived looking cats.
Kill me.
Yeah, just they're just like I'm not receiving any proper nutrition. Please help me. I'm dying.
He said, "I want to die, fam. Like to be real. To be real with you."
Let's see. Where should I go with this?
So like,
Yeah,
I pressed the little like plus thing for the frames, but like, I don't know.
yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a little lost here.
But mostly just at the animation part. Like I pressed
Yeah.
the plus, and now it's just empty on those frames. Do I have to redraw the picture the whole? Or can I
No,
copy
so you can copy it and move it into the next frame.
it? Okay. How exactly do I do that?
Yeah.
Just use the selection tool to copy it, and
Okay.
then once you move into the next frame, just hit paste.
Oh. Okay.
Well, let me ask this: what games are y'all playing right now?
Right. Oh wait, you wanna go?
I mean, really, the only thing I played that much is Rocket League.
Do you
I
still suck at it?
okay. Look, when we played together, I had not played in probably like 3 or 4 months at that point.
It sounds like excuse.
Okay, all right. Listen here. I hadn't really played for like 3 or 4 months at that point, and so I was very much just trying to get my shit back together. I'm definitely a lot better at it now. I was maybe even like the level I was at beforehand, because I don't. You know how the whole ranking system works, right, Cameron?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to be like a gold 1 or gold 2. But now I built back up to like silver 2, whereas I was probably like bottom tier like bronze 3 before when we were playing. Like,
Okay.
so, I mean,
Is that the main game you play?
that's really it, man. I mean, I'd love to say I play a little more games than that, but I haven't really been gaming too much recently, so.
Yeah, for me, I let's see. I run a lot of Apex Legends, Mega Man, Skyrim. I've been playing that, and then also Rayman Legends. That's like, you want to talk about good 2D platformers? That shit is fucking amazing.
Yeah, me and you played a lot of Rayman the other day. That was,
A good time.
yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna have my ice cream dude hop, but I'm not gonna take the extra effort to actually make his body move, because that's just a lot of effort, and that's something I'd like to do outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
I just decided to roll with the weirdness of what was going on with mine, and
okay.
currently stabbing something.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes creativity's not perfect.
When creativity goes wrong.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Well, where do I go from here? I have no idea. So, well, that's an interesting step. Let's see, I'm playing the new Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma. Let's see, Outward, and Ark Survival Evolved.
Okay.
I don't play a lot of games like that. I play all of those very fast. I'm really not playing a lot. What's up? You want to say hi? Yeah.
He said no.
Yeah, okay. He can't talk.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what's up, Jax?
Yeah, what's going on,
Right,
bro?
Amazon orders on the way. Oh, cool. Well, let me ask out what kind of games are y'all interested in terms of like stuff that you haven't seen yet that you would like to see somebody do?
Ooh, that's
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. I mean, I'd like to see I'd like to work on some of my own ideas and try to make something like that, but I guess there's a lot of different ways you could do that. I like light shooters, but then again, those are kind of... I feel like the Time Crisis games did about as much as you can do with that, and like getting the whole peripheral, or like, the real plastic gun you gotta shoot with. But yeah. But that's just one, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say I'd like to see a lot more. I mean, obviously you know what it is, but like Cuphead, I've always thought like that art style was just super cool to see people like do stuff with.
Oh yeah.
So like, I think it would be cool to see more stuff in that same vein. Maybe not the exact same concept, obviously.
Did you see Magic Wands? It's like another game. Just look it up.
Oh, the one that's literally a copy of Cuphead?
Yeah, I guess it's not literally a copy, but it is like, it's enough to where it's like, you guys, like,
Yeah.
you can do something similar, but at least don't try to rip off the entire fucking style of the game. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I was just looking at it and I was just like, I mean, at what point they had to have just sat down and been like,
Well, they admitted they're
this
like, there's no
looks-
way you can say it doesn't look like
Yeah.
Cuphead.
I mean, that's what Fortnite did with PUBG.
yeah, I mean,
A little bit,
when
but
they
they
released
added the
it-
building aspect.
When
I
they
feel like-
released it, okay, Fortnite's original game was a zombie game. I bought
Oh
it.
yeah.
When they released the Battle Royale game, they just straight up said, "We love PUBG, so we made our own."
I mean,
I got that email.
I mean, for me, I think they added the building aspect, which differentiates it enough, and the cartoony visuals.
yeah, it's I would say it's definitely a lot more different than that is than whatever the game you were just talking about is from Cuphead. But it is still based very much like, okay, well, we saw this battle royale, we kind of want to
Yeah, and it's
do
popular.
on that, yeah. Jax keeps talking. We're gonna have to make him a featured guest.
Yeah.
For anybody who's not aware, Jax is Collin's godchild.
Yes, he is my
God gave you a
godson.
child.
Yeah.
So,
So-
here you go, fam.
If Cameron were to die right now, he would probably go to the godmother because she's probably got more shit together than I do. But if she were to die too,
For sure.
if she were to die too, then
They'd be like, well, he's yours now.
yeah, they'd be like,
I'm
I
pretty
guess
sure my
it's
dad
come to
would.
this.
I think my dad would take him before.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think my dad would allow anything like Who's gonna? Oh, no.
What?
How far are you guys? What are your characters doing right now?
I mean, I just did him. I have 9 frames of him doing like 2 little hops, and I mean, I guess that's. And that, how do I play it?
There's literally a play button.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't go all the way across the screen. He goes like a little bit further than halfway.
Yeah, mine is just basically him taking off.
Hey, I like how you added the detail of him dripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, we told all the listeners while you were in the bathroom that they should do this challenge along with us because it is pretty fun.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for now, just because.
Yeah.
For
I
at
could
least
sit
however.
here and
Yeah, for however much longer we're going, I could probably keep doing this.
yeah.
But, so yeah, let's kind of, I guess, put it a little bit more back on the rails, right? So maybe just anything other than video games, because I mean, obviously, video games is a very pertinent topic with all of this, with what Cameron does. But so have you guys heard about what they're going to be doing with James Dean?
No.
James Dean?
Who's James?
What do you mean?
James Dean, like the famous actor that died in the 60s.
Oh, yeah. They're making a movie or something?
They're making a movie where he's going to star in it using just complete CGI, like the same thing they did with like Carrie Fisher, or like Grand Moff Tarkin, or for a non-Star Wars example, they did it with Philip Seymour Hoffman's character in The Hunger Games too.
Oh.
Yeah, they also did it with what's his name? The guy from Tron. That's where they really first started doing it.
Yeah. And so, but now they're making a whole movie with James Dean starring, and James Dean has been famously dead for like 65 years or something crazy like that now. And I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know exactly how to feel about it.
I mean, I can tell you there's already a very high chance that, like with 98% of movies, I'm probably not going to see it, and I don't care. But it's like, I know.
Yeah, it's more the moral implications of like doing that.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Like you're bringing somebody basically back from the dead.
Yeah, how much of his family that knew him is currently alive and all of that? Like,
it can't, like, if he had children, they've got to be fairly
did he?
old by now. I don't even know if he did.
Because he was like in his 20s.
Yeah, I mean, there very easily might be like his remaining family is like a distant cousin or something like that, and they're just like, yeah, you know, I think if you guys give me $1 million, it'll satisfy the emotional grief that will come seeing him on screen.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like, I guess it's wrong. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, nobody got upset with Carrie Fisher, did they?
Yeah, it's kind of like legitimately, I just don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of complicated because it's like they are dead, so it doesn't affect them. And I mean, is that if they are portraying him in a positive light?
Yeah.
Then, and I mean, obviously, if it's going to be James Dean, like he's celebrated, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a celebratory piece. So I'm going to turn the light on real quick. Give me like 1 second.
Our lights are all off because
The sun went down.
Yeah. But I don't know how to feel. Like, if they were bringing him back and he was going to play like a villain, or they were just going to shit on him or something.
Yeah,
but,
which would be incredibly stupid.
Yeah, a lot of people are like really enraged by it. They're like, let him rest. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, it's
it seems like a bit of an extreme viewpoint.
I mean, people are gonna have it. Like you that on most things, it's like there's gonna be someone who's extreme. But I guess if there's a lot of people doing it, then
Yeah, and also just like the possibilities it opens up.
Maybe,
like you
why
could
not?
have Charlie
why not hire a
Chaplin,
fucking
James Dean, and like Christian Bale share a scene together
And
now
Hitler.
because of all and well, sure,
a
Hitler.
free model.
It's not. It's not. But like, it's not anything new. Michael Jackson was in a Drake song recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. So another one is like with XXX Tentacion's new album. It's
Tentacion.
like Tentacion. Apparently, like Lil Nas X is gonna be on it, and a lot of people are just
He
like,
would have never had that motherfucker on his
yeah.
Well,
It's
then
just like-
maybe. Who knows? But probably
I
not.
don't know. I mean, I don't really care that much either. But
Yeah, definitely.
they're just like,
Hey, so just quick question. Whenever I save this, do I save it as a PSP, PNG, GIF, or does it even matter?
If you want to save it as an animation, you save it as a GIF.
yeah.
Just because
A GIF?
every other file format's going to get a little complicated.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. No, I love that app. I've been looking for a pixel art app.
It's therapeutic to me. I just
Oh
really
my
enjoy it.
gosh. Yeah. And it for some reason it's easier than drawing. Like for me, it's easier to get the flow going with pixel art compared to like pencil and paper.
How do you download it real quick?
What?
Like download
There was little Instagram like links that you can post stuff on.
like
Wait, to like download it into your camera roll.
yeah, I guess.
Did you save it?
Where'd you save it?
There.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, is that it? Wait, let me see.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on any of that.
Right here. So save the photos, save.
Yeah.
All that.
Okay.
So yeah, this has been like one of my favorite podcasts so far. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you guys how far. I didn't get to finish what I was making, but that's just because I probably went too big.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you guys right now, though, so that you can.
Send what to us?
I'm gonna send what I made.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. It ain't anything special. I'm not amazing at this yet. It's something that you put a lot of practice into and a lot of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Empty searches. Yes, I did it on my iPad, so I'm gonna do all kinds of fun file transfer stuff. So let me ask you, what are y'all doing right now professionally? Because we've been talking about my job.
Delivering pizzas. That is my professional
Yeah.
profession.
I've just been,
Everything else I'm just working on in my own time.
Yeah, I've basically just been kind of doing odd jobs to pay bills recently, but like I don't have. It sounds horrible. I don't actually really have a job right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking though. I got 2 interviews tomorrow morning, so I mean it's
Things
Right.
are happening.
big moves coming up.
Yeah.
Those dudes that like you go that like we went to high school with, and they'll post on Facebook, be like, big moves coming up, my entrepreneurial spirit is really going to show off, and it's like they announced that they've joined a pyramid scheme. It's like, all right, dude, good for you.
There's I'm having a baby mama revealing tonight. So who's
Well,
that?
what are y'all
Pokemon?
What are y'all trying to get into going forward?
That's one thing I'm also looking into. You know what I mean?
I mean, it took me a very long time to figure out where I'm at.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said it took me a very long time to figure out where I'm at, including like I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, so I have different options and stuff, but it's like I said, I'm just trying to grow skills and get better as an artist and saving money, trying to find other ways to make money, and just cultivating my taste, I guess.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back into school and whatnot, and I'm going to go for finance just because, like, my dad has a job in finance, so I have a guaranteed job in finance because nepotism is cool. But also journalism.
Oh, yeah.
Just because, like, that's something I've always been, like, along with going hand in hand with essays and creative writing. Journalism has always been something that I am pretty good at. And
Well,
like,
market for it's pretty big with all of the clickbait.
yeah.
News articles going on.
Writing in general, especially varied writings where you can write about like entertainment properties and kind of more news, facts oriented type stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think I've said it on the podcast before, but like, I used to like write on Star Wars boards and stuff like that, like in high school, and I mean, I was pretty good at it. I was like one of the top people on the site.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like,
I sent it to you, by the way, Collin. I texted it to you.
yeah.
Okay, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Let's see this.
It's not anything good.
Oh, I see what you mean by it. Kind of looks like it's licking something.
So
Yeah,
what?
I just kind of went with that and ran.
What part of it is the ice cream cone?
What do you mean?
Like, is the pink the ice cream cone, or is
That's
it
the
like...
background.
Okay.
There's like a little part right there. This ice cream cone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But
How
yeah,
did it
no.
show up how did it show up on your phone? Made it that difficult to figure out where the ice cream cone was.
Or like,
Well, it's just like there's like one beige line, and that's it.
What?
Yeah.
That did not send properly then, because that is not what mine looks like.
yeah, but I mean, I do like the fluidity and the shapes of the frame of the arm of what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
One beige line.
See, like,
Oh! I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I don't want to insult your artwork or
No,
anything because
I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. Don't worry. I'm still learning.
Because I really did like the arm a whole bunch, but I was just kind of like, I don't see the ice cream in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the cone's the part at the bottom. That beige line shouldn't be there. I didn't really realize. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the white is the cone or the ice cream?
The white is ice cream. And
Okay.
The brown is also ice cream.
Oh yeah, it's Metropolitan.
No.
Wait,
Metropolitan.
that's not
You're thinking of
Metropolitan.
Neapolitan.
It's just
Neapolitan.
it's just vanilla and chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
So it's
Metropolitan also, or
Wait,
Neapolitan.
no.
also has
No, I think Metropolitan should be the 3, and then Neapolitan is just 2 of them. Like his is Neapolitan.
Hot take alert.
Yeah, hot fucking take, but cold take actually.
Yeah.
Because it's about ice cream.
Hey, this is Dylan from episode 26. Due to technical difficulties at this point, Cameron might cut out. But luckily he didn't say much, just that he had to go and thanks for having him, and Epstein didn't kill himself. And you can hear him say that through our mic if you listen closely. Now back to the podcast.
Oh yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah, we're
Hey, well-
at almost exactly an hour and a half here, so that's
Yeah, but thank you for being on, man. I had a good time, and I'd definitely like to have you on again sometime. Yeah. For sure. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and if you have, usually we do this, like if you have anything you want to shout out, like a social media or just anything that you want people to follow along with, you can go ahead and shout it out now.
True. That's some true shit.
That's true. Oh, he left.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, he wanted to say...
Hillary Clinton got him.
Yeah. People
Hillary got him.
Cameron went missing on November 19th
Yeah.
due to suspicious
Right after he
circumstances.
said Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Hey,
All
but
right.
yeah, y'all have a good night. I'm about to be working on this fucking pixel art app,
Yeah.
so follow me at TrailMix34. That's TREYLMIX34 on Instagram. I'm really artsy. I'm sorry. Like I come off as such a dissonant, like fucking vampire weirdo.
You do sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
But like that's just all I care to post. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really give a lot of like super personal. Like, this is where I release like my actual like full worded thoughts
Your
about
monologue.
things. Yeah, my monologues.
But yeah, remember to just subscribe, hit that MF like button, or smash that
Definitely smash.
MF like button. Just leave a review on iTunes, all that good stuff. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Also,
do the pixel art. Make the little
pixel
ice
art,
cream.
yeah,
You don't have to
send it
make an animation, but just draw a little ice cream and send it to us.
Yeah.
On what's it called? Pixel Studios.
Not to contradict myself from a few minutes ago, but like big moves coming up. With a few certain things, and
thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
You have a wonderful day and night, or just whenever you're listening.
Maybe it's an afternoon, Trey.
Yeah, true.
Morning.
All right, bye.
Bye.